together the historic days here, the first ever day-night test match in Kolkata. When in Kolkata, how can you not have Rasgullas to commemorate the occasion? And here we have with us gentlemen who've seen big moments in Indian cricket history. Hello, gentlemen. These are special Rasgullas we've got for you. One of you is going to have to help me.
I will.
Why are they special? Because they're pink. Who's first?
previous.
We have to give to Sunny Bhai. Please, Sunny Bhai.
I'm on my fast.
First match, Sunny Bhai.
Come on, Sunny ji.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sanjay, थोड़ा ही देंगे.
Oops, careful, careful. Well done.
It's matching with your suit color, Baji. Brilliant.
Baji.
What about you?
Special.
Gentlemen, how huge is this occasion? What a landmark occasion. That to hear that's been the paradise, Eden Gardens. What are your emotions today?
Oh, emotions are really high and exciting day. Exciting for test match cricket. First time after I think long period where you'll have packed house for a test match in India. That's something which is very exciting.
Oh, momentous occasion. What are you going to take away, Bhaji?
Well, obviously, a lot of memories from today. It'll be a packed stadium. So last time the stadium was packed when we played against Australia here. So I'm looking forward to see this game in pink, and I'm wearing something very, very pink.
We are looking forward to bringing you this game. We're going to discuss it with each and every one of you as we get set for a landmark day in Indian cricket. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to think pink. The players behind us gearing up as well for this landmark test match in the City of Joy. The City of Joy has been waiting to turn pink. History, rather created history here at Eden Gardens. Saw that crowd, has seen that crowd coming in as well. Sanjay Banga, who's been a part of this team, this Indian test team wanting to dominate and take over the world. Today, gentlemen, we're seeing the evolution in that purest format. What should we most look forward to today in this historic test match?
I think how the players accept the new challenge of playing with a new colored cricket ball. That's the challenge for any sports person, because the only constant is change, and this
I mean, CAB for sure knows how to build up occasions. They know how to build up occasions like the one that they did in the quarterfinal match between India and Pakistan, wherein they got big dignitaries, big politicians, and somebody like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan coming and singing the national anthem. So they know how to build up an occasion, and they've left no effort unturned in actually raising the spectacle that is pink cricket is going to be.
And it's a way forward in test cricket for especially the Indian team that sit right now on the top of the world test championship. It will be the 12th day and night test match that is being played, and India has finally come on board. What has happened in some of those test matches that have gone by? We'll bring you up to speed. And the arena is ready here for the second test match, the pink ball test match. Even in indoor, all of us saw hints of pink making their way into the men in blue when it came to their practice session. So we no longer follow the blue, we follow the pink, Lakshman, to see how the Indian team has been preparing for the debut of the pink ball. So history beckons at this iconic venue, Eden Gardens, and the Indian team is prepared. It's not just a historic landmark occasion, feeling their first ever day-night test match in India with the pink ball and the challenges and the adjustments, but for brighter than what Harbhajan Singh is wearing right now.
and smoother.
What do you think? We've heard the players talk, Lakshman, but what do you think the biggest challenge actually will be with this ball?
I think the first challenge is the change in color, because right from childhood you're used to playing with red ball or even your hands. You want to receive and you want the ball to stay in your hands. But what with this slippery, fast bowlers are in excellent form. That means the ball will fly to the slip cordon. Now how good and closely they're watching the ball will be very, very critical, and what technique they have in receiving the ball will be very critical.
So look, there's a difference now in the purist format, there's the merge of tradition and the new. So traditionally seamers have done well here at Eden Gardens, we know that, but with the pink ball there's always a little bit of tinge of green on the wicket as well. So a hometown boy will tell us now in our Dream 11 pitch report what are the conditions that we can expect. The Fab Five, including Lakshman, will be holding a special conversation in our dinner show, so don't miss out on that on Nerula Cricket Live as well. But look at everyone, look at the people on their feet here, Sanjay. It feels special.
It's deafening. The sound is deafening. And how many times do we get this kind of atmosphere?
As well, and the person who's made this possible, the new BCCI president, for and how intriguing it's going to be for all of us. Someone who's played a lot of cricket, someone who's played some cricket here as well, and has witnessed those momentous occasions in Indian cricketing history. Ravi Shastri is excited for the first ever day-night test match. The competitive spirit that you've seen in Team India. Now the big question is with the strike-out seamers, especially with Mohammad Shami, who bowls first change, who knows this venue, who's actually played with the pink ball, averaging 15 as well. Who are you handing this pink ball to first up?
I think I would definitely go with Shami and Umesh Yadav, but the norm has been that he
shot of an attacking shot. Yes, the Nataraj shot is an exception where one foot is up in the air, but otherwise.
That's a key point, because application is what we've been talking about, not just from bowlers, but from the batsmen as well. Let's have a look at what our top stories are. Conversation with the Fab Four, but one of the things that we kept talking about was expecting exactly when this ball is going to swing, how different it's going to be from the red ball. So you're seeing a little bit of late swing as well from this.
And generally what happened is that after 3 or 4 overs, up to 3 or 4 overs, there wasn't much of a swing, nor in the air,
from Bangladesh batsmen. Now, were they too deep in their crease when you just look at some of the wickets that have fallen as well?
Well, I think what happened are up above the ground, just a little bit, maybe half a centimeter, half an inch maybe, but that's enough where you don't actually have control. And I think that is lack of confidence. You're not getting runs. When you're getting runs, you play fluently. Now, Litong Das, he batted really well in the second innings at Indore before he was caught and bowled. Now look at
okay as well as we take this lunch break. That's quite a break. But look, our Swiggy fastest delivery. Just imagine one day you'll be a trivia question. Ishant Sharma, when India's first ever pink ball test, who manages to take the first, and what
off stump. And when you do that, you bring all dismissals into play, bowled, leg before, caught behind. So because of the change that he's been able to do, improve in that particular aspect, he's become a far, far more effective bowler.
And you just imagine you've managed to, reduce an opposition to 73 for 6, just initially on, how important it's really been. And really, you look at all the seamers, how well they've performed. Even those bits, all of them had that different part as well, which is so crucial for them. But really, Umesh Yadav today, it's 73 for 6, and he's been getting you excited, Sunny G, the last couple of test matches. Again, he made us.
I love the simplicity of the ball to move, and that's what he's doing. He's getting the ball to move, not a lot, but just enough to beat the batsman, and that's why he's looking a completely different bowler.
And reaping the rewards of it. Look, so much for us to talk about here, not just with the gentlemen that are in studio in this historic moment, but also at the iconic Eden Gardens to reunite the Fab Four. Listen to these stories on this landmark occasion. Let's go over to Jatin Sapru. Involved as well here in the pink ball test match, and we say hi to you at T. I know, test match, test cricket under lights, Sunny G, VVS Lakshman at this time, and what a performance we have seen from Team India. Every single person just on their feet responding to what you've seen from this team. Let's have a look at our top stories. Here at Eden Gardens, it's been a landmark occasion. Extraordinary cricketers beside me here in studio on Nerula Cricket Live, and on the field as well in the lap of all.
But I, for one, definitely feel that it will be an inspirational moment for a lot of youngsters who love the game of cricket, who want to become cricketers, and in front of them are their role models, who've done so much for our country, and they get inspired. I got inspired when I watched Sunny Bhai, when I watched Kapil Dev, and especially when India lifted a 1983 World Cup. And when I first saw them in flesh, in live, I remember it was a charity match in Hyderabad. Sunny Bhai wouldn't remember, he played a lot of charity matches. And suddenly when I'm seeing them live in front of me, it was an unbelievable moment, a moment which I will forever cherish, because someone who idolized, you watch them on television, you're watching them in front of you, preparing for the match. Even though it was a charity match, Sunny Bhai was reading his novel before going out to bat. That kind of focus, that kind of concentration.
Cricket Live. What a day it has been. Pink is still very much very in, and it will be for the next couple of days as well here in Kolkata, the city of joy. The occasion to see people still here in the stands, to be able to see their heroes as well, is something that has been well and truly special. We break down the day for you. Let's have a look at our top stories. 3 overs before we we get into those performances though with Sanjay Banga and VVS Lakshman, who is still quite literally stalked is the right word to use, admired every time you walk into Eden Gardens because people remember what you did in 2001 where you created history. Does it bring back those feelings being a part of this occasion today?
Absolutely. It's my favorite place. It's a favorite place and favorite ground for a lot of cricketers and for Indian cricket team. A lot of memorable test matches.
I think they were very excited to be part of this. I was chatting to a few of them and they felt that they were looking ahead to the challenge, and they were also looking ahead at the challenges which they may have to encounter when they travel overseas, because by playing a day-night pink ball test match in India, they are conditioning themselves.
Preparing for playing for this occasion, we're discussing test cricket under lights. You had mentioned, Lakshman, that you're an artist. You want to be able to perform your art in front of a packed crowd, and there are over 40,000 that came to Eden Gardens.
Yeah,
today.
more than 40,000, and that is really exciting. I'm retired 2000.
To be a part of history. There, many that look to rise to the occasion. Our MasterCard player to watch out for today was Virat Kohli, becoming the fastest to 5,000 test runs as a
during the Indore test, and today also the way he prepares, and I think that's why he's reaching greatness so early in his career. And since the time that preparation and the technical changes is brought about from Indore to this test match in a test match today.
Look, he shared the 21st 50-run partnership with Cheteshwar Pujara. So let's ask batting coach Sanjay Banga now. Let's get the batting coach cap back on, because he's getting the run. So that's now 4 50s that he hasn't managed to convert into 100. So explain to us what he might be.
Starts into big hundreds, which is known for.
And that's a worrying factor. We discussed when we were commentating this evening that Pujara, when he got all those runs in Australia, when he was playing on the back foot, he was coming side on. Whereas here, right from the start, you saw his back foot. When he was playing on the back foot, his back foot was facing towards covers. Usually when you're towards covers, the moment it happens, you're opening up. That means the bowler, if he gets the ball to leave the right-hand batsman, can induce that outside edge, and that's why he's struggling. Keeping in mind the New Zealand series, that's something
and that's
he has
some time
to.
away, though.
Absolutely,
yeah.
But that's something which he has to work on, because in New Zealand, the New Zealand seam bowlers are going to get that outswing going and exploit the conditions there.
We speak about the ball behaving today as well. We'll bring you the first 2 wickets that fell from Team India's perspective. Was it anything to do with how the pink ball was behaving? The openers have been dominating of late. Usually, Lakshman, we've seen in the last 2 series, if one falls, the other converts.
Yeah, it was not the case today, and I think Rohit, it was a very good ball. He didn't expect the ball to nip back.
Job of answering the questions I'm asking you, because the levels have just gone up here at Eden Gardens, because India's pace bowling unit and our Ultra Tech experts speak with the pink ball, bowling for the first time with an SG pink ball. This pace attack was something else, Lakshman.
Absolutely. Again, the line and the length they bowl, and that's been the speciality of all the 3.
Long time, that's more than a generation. But I asked you this question off air. Does he see himself as a leader of the attack? Because in a couple of years will be a trivia question. Who got the first ever wicket with a pink ball?
Former Hyderabad player, and suddenly I was excited. The players I used to idolize, watch them on television. Suddenly I'm seeing them in person, and you observe very closely what they're doing, how they prepare. Even though it's a benefit match, Mr. Gavaskar had that concentration going before he went out to bat. And you learn so much. So I'm really excited. And I'm sure a lot of youngsters watching this game today would have got inspired. And ultimately, you want role models. You want people who are inspirational figures, to motivate you, because dreams can be achieved when you have a role model in front of you, and you can just
Test cricket, that's the beauty of this situation, to see these young audiences that are able to come after school and see test cricket at a ground like this. This is the difference that this evolution will make, what the pink ball means. But speaking of the pink ball, we've loved our build-up to it, our coverage. We've been speaking about the challenges for batsmen and bowlers in particular. But today, we saw some outstanding fielding actually from Team India. A great catch, not just from Superman Ridhiman Saha, but from Rohit Sharma. And Sanjay takes us back to how the Indian team were practicing, slip fielding as well in the nets with the pink ball, because it's a different challenge, isn't it?
It's a brilliant treat for any upcoming wicketkeeper to come, watch and emulate.
With the layers of lacquer that are on this pink ball because of the shine, because of that twilight, why is it a challenge, Lakshman, if you're standing in slips or if you're a keeper?
I mean, if you see the last dismissal, the way Rohit Sharma dropped that catch, ultimately it was caught by Pujara. You can see that it was very late for Rohit Sharma to pick that ball. And also because of the smoothness, because of that extra lacquer, the ball pops out if your hands are not soft, and that was a typical example. So all the more, you have to focus and watch the ball till the last moment. Till you catch the ball, you cannot just, remove your eyes and not focus on the ball. So I think the last catch, if you can show that visual, it will be a perfect example to, to show how challenging it is, especially twilight period, for a slip feature.
It's very strange to have someone like Ridhiman Saha, who I'm sure has played a little bit with the pink ball with the CAB. He would have given a lot of lessons as to how this pink ball could behave. And it's still just day one, so you still need to be able to see it when there is a difference with the eye.
Well, it's one thing to do it in a club match or a domestic match, but it's another thing when there are 60,000 people watching to pick the ball from the background, and those things are very, very crucial.
It was a quick adjustment that you had to make to timings, to the pink ball. They didn't drop the intensity, Team India, at all. And it's the travel that is included as well.
I think that's the highlight of any great team. What are the traits of a champion side? Is they're not worried too much.
Just till day one, the sessions have belonged to them. They're looking to what could be, it's too early to say, but a 7 consecutive test win for them. This is what you wanted to see in terms of the evolution of Test cricket and all the great performances that we've seen today, gentlemen. The proper Test match bowling and the approach. I personally feel that this crowd here in Kolkata has been the biggest takeaway and why you want to see pink ball.
Without a doubt. I mean, Indian team is blessed to have that sort of a fan following and to
the CAB.
It's a grand occasion for all of us to be a part of. It's that kind of moment where you're making a story that you can tell for years to come, and it's not over. It's just day one here in the first ever day-night test match that India are playing in India. Huge, huge occasion. The winners today so far have been the crowd. It's not even a weekend, but we expect to see them come every single day of this. So the approach in the first session of a day-night test match, how will the ball behave? What will the batsmen need to keep in mind when they do walk out tomorrow?
I just feel that it will be easy for batting tomorrow, because of the due
and how to convert, as we've seen him do on so many occasions. The extraordinary superhuman abilities of Virat Kohli have found their way into animated form. Remember, this Sunday you can wake up with Super V. It's exciting because Super V has just discovered his powers. He's already had his first showdown, and here is something we can expect on Super Sunday. Actually, because it's a huge occasion for Indian sports. So all these crowds, when they not just see the cricketers, but when they see the Sanias and the MC Mary Coms and the Sindhus, and they realize, the Mithali Raj, they realize this is a big occasion. This is Indian sport going forward.
Yeah, that also shows that as sportsperson, we're all united. You're just not talking about cricket, you're talking about honoring the player.
Kohli is a player who's always made a conscious effort to move across sports, to keep in touch with other sports, so for an Indian team and a Bangladesh team for that matter, to play for other sports people, play for that sort of arena in a historic occasion like this, what does it mean, Sanjay?
It is terrific advertisement of Indian sport, and especially BCCI and CA.
It's been an incredible sort of day. The Indian team is still there. They're out there together right now, witnessing everything, taking in those emotions, but also thoroughly professional because they know they need to return tomorrow as well. And as they see all these former legends of the game being felicitated and they take in those moments. But it's also very significant for Indian cricket to play in a pink ball test match because, Sanjay, is this the start of a new era that India have also said, okay, we want to be number one in the world, we want to be successful in all conditions, we want to be successful with that pink ball as well.
Yeah, it's a brilliant initiative, and that's where the leadership counts, because by leadership you mean that you need this sort of a format.
Absolutely. What an iconic venue, what an iconic moment in a day for all of us to be involved in. It continues tomorrow as well. We join you on Nerulai Cricket Live at 12 to build up to exactly what Virat Kohli will be thinking when he walks out there as well. What sort of challenges he might face with that pink ball. We'll continue our coverage and our build up and of course the analysis. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing all your stories, emotional from the bottom of your heart and expressing what the day like this today means. Looking forward to what this test match has to offer all of us. We leave you now with the Make It Large moments. See you tomorrow.